Brawl Stars is one of the most popular games right now. All of the updates Supercell is releasing are making the game even more interesting and fun to play, but there are some features that most of the players have forgotten, either because they were removed from the game, or changed, or just because they are absolutely useless. From getting trophies on Mapmaker to watching ads for double rewards, these are the most forgotten things in Brawl Stars. We start off with a feature that is actually still in the game, and it's Brawl TV. It was added in 2019. And to be honest, it was never a famous feature in the game, or at least it was before, when there were actually pro players on Brawl TV. And it was interesting to watch. Nowadays, nobody watches it, just because most of the games doesn't show pro players, but just win traders and teamers or map makers, which is not interesting. And to be honest, it's a lot easier to be on Brawl TV now than it was before. We continue with Club League, which was a competitive mode added in 2021, and every Club League season, a club would compete against 7 other clubs in the leagues, from Bronze to Masters. All clubs in the league were ranked based on their total amount of club points earned throughout the 3 event days. Along with the Club League, Supercell added club quests which the players could complete for additional rewards, and also rest from the Club League week. And all of this may seem cool, but believe me, it wasn't, and that's what most of the players were thinking about Club League. So finally, Supercell decided to remove it from the game and replace it with Megapig. Talking of Club League, we can't miss to mention the golden tickets, which a lot of players don't know it existed. Basically, the golden tickets could be bought from the club shop, either for gems or star points, and with them, you could play extra games in Club League if your normal tickets had ended, and since almost nobody bought it, and a lot of people said it was unfair and pay to win, Supercell decided to remove them from the Club League and the game itself. Next on the list, we have Gears Scrap and Gears Tokens, which were in the game before Supercell reworked the gears. You could collect scraps or tokens from Brawl boxes or buy them from the club shop. The scraps were used to craft your gears to a higher level after you collected enough amount of gear tokens. Supercell realized that they were useless and decided to rework the gears to the way they are now, and removed the scrap and the tokens shortly after their introduction, and made the gears cost coins, which I think is a lot better. We continue with Power Play, which was added back in 2019. Basically, it was a competitive game mode that you could unlock after obtaining the star power of any brawler. You have 3 games per day, and you get Power Play trophies for wins or draws, which helps you climb higher on the leaderboard. Every Power Play season was 14 days, and the amount of Power Play trophies that you have won through the whole season determined the amount of star points you would get at the end of it. It was removed in 2021 and replaced with Power League, and a lot of players have forgotten it since it's not in the game for more than 3 years already. The next forgotten thing was Mystery Mod, which was added as a seasonal event in the summer of 2022. It was a feature that chose a random mode with a random map and a random modifier, so you didn't know what you would play. It was fun, because there were a lot of fun modifiers like Burning Ball, which made the ball go through everything on Brawl Ball. And I think that if you remember this mode, you would agree with me that it was very fun and Supercell should bring it back again. Next, we have one of the most forgotten game modes in the game, Last Stand. It was a weekend PvE mode in which 3 players had to protect the 8-bit from the angry robots that were chasing him. The 8-bit would fall asleep every 20 seconds, so the only way to wake him up was by collecting bolts, which were spawning at random points on the map. It was a pretty boring mode, and shortly after its introduction, Supercell decided to remove it from the game and never bring it back. We continue with pin packs. from which could be collected only brawler pins. You could buy them from the shop for 49 gems, or collect one for free at the end of the Brawl Pass. There were different pin packs such as common, rare, and epic pin packs for different prices, from which you get only pins with the same rarity as the pin pack, or you could buy a random pin pack and test your luck with it. Supercell removed pin packs from the game last year, which was really sad news for the people who loved collecting pins. Next on the list is the Elixir, which the new players probably didn't know even existed. Elixir was used to upgrade the stats of your brawlers, such as healing, attack damage, and your brawler's super. The only way to obtain Elixir was from Brawl boxes, and you usually would get 2, 5, or 10, but if you are really lucky, you could get 100. Supercell removed this feature in 2018 and replaced it with power points, which are the main way to upgrade brawlers now. The next forgotten thing is the old training camp. From the release of the game in 2017, the training camp environment was exactly like the gem grab one, but Supercell changed it to Star Park environment in 2020, and it's like that until today. Along with the training camp, another forgotten feature is Edit Controls option, which allows you to change the size and the placement of all controls, and you can do whatever you want with them. So if you don't feel comfortable with your current controls, you can always change them. If you're still watching and you haven't subscribed yet, it's time to fix that. Go hit that subscribe button so you can show that you support me. Also, if you like this video, make sure to leave a like and write a comment if you remember any of these things. Now, let's continue. We continue with the normal classic tickets. A lot of you might say that they are not that forgotten, but I really think they are. Tickets were used to play different weekend game modes, such as Boss Fight, Robo Rumble, or Big Game. And the more tickets you had, the bigger the rewards were. You could collect them from boxes or buy them from the shop until Supercell announced that they will remove them from the game with the appearance of Brawl Pass. The next thing a lot of people have forgotten about or didn't know was that before Supercell made Brawl Stars to be played in landscape mode as it is now, it was played on vertical screen, just like Clash Royale, but they changed that in 2018 after realizing that in Brawl Stars, to control your characters and be able to shoot and move at the same time, it's easier on landscape mode. We continue with another forgotten mode, Present Plunder. This was a temporary mode for the 2019 Brawly Days event, and the goal was to steal the present from your opponent's base and get it to yours. The team who stole 2 presents first won the game. The mode continued to appear in the game in 2020 and 2021 during the Christmas events, but was removed in 2022 and never came back. But to be honest, it was really fun, and Supercell should bring it back. Next, we have one of the most forgotten and useless features in the game, looking for a team. This option was added back in 2021, but for some reason it was never used or helpful, although Supercell added it in order the players to find a teammates to play with. But the problem with that feature is that it searches for people for decades and almost nobody uses it. Sometimes I forget it even exists. The next forgotten thing by the community is that back in 2020 and 2021, you could win trophies from the Mapmaker map winners. This was the easiest way to push ranks and trophies, since there were a lot of cheese maps in which you could farm easy trophies, and Supercell realized that, which led them to remove the ability to win trophies from Mapmaker. We continue with another feature that a lot of people doesn't really use and have forgotten. And these are the creator codes, which a YouTube creator gets for reaching 100,000 subscribers. And when you use their code in the shop when you buy something with real money, they get some percentage of it. Honestly, when I'm buying stuff from the shop, I forget to use the codes, because sometimes I even forget that this feature exists. Next thing on the list is experience and experience levels. Experience were points which you were collecting by winning games, and when you reach a certain amount of points, you progress to another level, and to be honest, it was pretty useless. And that's the main reason why Supercell removed it and replaced it with mastery points, which are way more helpful for progressing. The next forgotten feature are the own goals on Brawl Ball. Yep, back in 2019 and 2020, you could score an own goal in Brawl Ball either by mistake or just to troll your teammates, and when you do that, the other team gets the goal. Supercell removed this because some people were intentionally trolling the games by scoring own goals and making people lose their trophies, but I think it was fun sometimes. Another forgotten feature, which was in the game for a short period of time, were ads. Although we all know that Supercell games doesn't have ads, back in 2018 there was E-period when Brawl Stars added ads into the game with which you could double the rewards you get from your boxes just by watching them. But this feature was quickly removed and never added back into the game. We'll finish this video with some forgotten gadgets and star powers, which Supercell removed because they were too broken, or just because they reworked it. Some of them are Surge Gadget Power Surge, which allowed him to teleport. Next is the B Star Power Honey Coat, which was literally leaving you on 1 HP for 2 seconds and was one of the best star powers in the game, along with 8-bit Star Power Extra Life, which gave 8-bit an extra life when it dies. And last but not least, we have Colt's old Silver Bullet Gadget, which dealt an insane amount of damage but was later reworked. These were some of the most forgotten things in Brawl Stars. Comment down below if you remember any of them. Also, if you have any ideas for other videos, feel free to leave them in the comments. Your idea might be chosen. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.